Hello, people of the internet. It's shortly after midnight here and nobody forces me to work, but I promised I will take a look at something today and I just need to take a look at it. As you may know, our team, the Copper team, works really hard on trying to migrate our build results, our data from our storage, which is a rate of 40 terabytes of data. We are really trying to migrate all of that to Pulp. And the integration is almost done. We actually migrated some of our projects already, and everything seems to be working just fine. We discovered some bugs thanks to that, and everything is hot fixed, and the proper fixes were submitted as pull requests and so on. So we decided to we talked with this person. I don't know if I should call him by his name or not. I don't know if it is public knowledge or not. What's his name? And I don't want to leak any personal information about him. So we talked with this person because he has this project in Copper which actually consumes 1.5 terabytes of data in our storage, and we are currently balancing at like 95% of our RAID storage consumed. So we really wanted to migrate this project to Pulp to free some of our storage and stop getting Nagios alerts and so on. So this person was so kind to allow us to test the integration on him and let us migrate his project. The 1.5 terabytes of data was actually migrated in less than 2 days, which is really cool. I thought it would take longer, but Pavel actually calculated it will be 1 day and 2 days tops, so his calculations were right. I was just surprised and happy it was this fast, because we actually could maybe migrate our whole storage in a month or so. That would be really cool. Anyway, we migrated this person. The migration finished successfully. Everything should be just okay, and he already started building some stuff 17 hours ago. This is after the migration actually. So for example, he submitted this build. You can see it succeeded for this chroot and successfully uploaded to Pulp. We can take a look here. Check this out. We see some errors. I will talk about it later. That's actually what we are trying to fix today. But check this out. Uploaded to Pulp. Successfully created Pulp publication and so on. And the build finishes successfully. The problem here, for example, in this chroot, we can take a look at the log and we see this, right? So we see the same kind of errors, but some access denied errors, but we see attempts here. Attempt 31, attempt 32, and the attempt 32 or 33, I don't know if the attempt is printed before or after, that doesn't really matter. Attempt 32 or 33 successfully created the content, which is nice. But actually, uploaded to Pulp, there is some error. I remember this one. Build failed, and we see this exception. So we are seeing two problems here. We need to fix both of them today. So we are seeing the problem with access denied, right? With it is 503, I think, the status code. I've seen it somewhere. So this is a problem. So I reported this to Pulp. I think I didn't create a ticket for this. I just sent them a message on Slack. So I cannot show the ticket to you. Anyway, they said we need to change our user agent for our requests, and then we will stop seeing the errors. So we will do just that. And the second problem that we need to fix is that here is some action. I guess this one. I don't know what exactly. Maybe it's caused, I don't know, somewhere here. We basically try just once, because we have been getting the access errors, the forbidden errors. We have been getting here, and we did 30 attempts until it succeeded. Here we have only one attempt, and if it doesn't succeed, it fails the whole build. So we need to repeat here also until it successfully does what it needs to do. And that would be good enough work for today. So let's take a look at it, right? We need to, of course, work on our local instance because of course we need to. I will create a new project for this. By the way, before I do so, what's our git status? Okay, we are on doc pulp migration. If we go to main, what's the change here? Oh, right, I was trying to do a progress bar for our migration script. I decided not to do it because it would make the script much more memory intensive, because we would need to not iterate over a directory, but load everything from the directory to memory, count it, and then do the stuff. So I don't want to do that. Screw this. Let's do this change. Let's go one directory higher, and okay, git pull rebase. We have some new changes for sure. Okay, we have. Cool. Now let's start our action dispatcher, our build dispatcher. What else did I shut down? That's probably all. Okay. Now we can create the new project, which will be test pulp. What's the right name? Let's do user agent. That's good enough. Cool. We have the project here. We will try to submit a new build in it to make sure our whole stack works correctly. It is always a good idea to submit something that you know should succeed, because if this succeeds, we have a confirmation that our whole environment is correct and we can start breaking things. If this fails, I know it should have succeeded, so if it fails, there is definitely something broken with my environment. I need to fix my environment first so that I can continue breaking it in a way that I want to, right? I think that makes sense. Because you can easily get into trying to fix your or reproduce your problem right away, and then figuring out that you are like, it doesn't work as you expect, or you might think you just reproduced it, and actually no, your environment is broken. So definitely every time try something that you know should succeed. Okay. So we are waiting on the successful build. We can, in the meantime, try to find our relevant code, right? So This is, by the way, some code from the Fedora review service we worked on in last videos. We will get to it once again because we are not finished with this. However, let's work on the topic at hand, which is copper now. So we need to switch to copper, and definitely it will be pulp.py, right? And we have a function somewhere here, pulp client. We have a function here which is a send. Every request that we do to pulp is done by this function. I can show you. So if we jump at the end, for example, right, list distributions, set label, or everything calls self-send, right? Self-send. There is definitely everywhere is self-send basically. So we need to fix this function. Probably. Okay, what about this? Okay, this succeeded. Cool. Now, this send function, of course, doesn't use requests directly. That would be too easy, right? So this uses something called safe request, which is a thing that our team implemented. I will show you. Common, copper, common requests, this one. So this is a safe request. And what it does is it goes few layers deep. However, it repeats the request until you get a successful response or a return code or status code that is not worth trying again. So for example, if you get 500, it is worth trying again because that means there was a problem on server, and if we try again in 5 minutes, for example, it is a probability that it will just work. If there is a 400 error, it is not worth trying again because 400 means there is a client error, and we may have, for example, sent the data incorrectly, and it is not worth trying because every time it will return the same error. So I guess this makes sense. So somehow I can see user agent here already, which is cool. I don't know if it is configurable or not. Maybe it is. It seems to be. So we are using it here, but we are not setting it in the constructor, right? So we could do that. Or we could do it in an ugly way and basically set the user agent here, right? So it would be something like request dot user agent equals but why this is a dictionary though? So okay, we are trying to format name/version. I need to take a look what user agent the Pulp team said that I need to use. Give me a sec. So I'm jumping to Slack. I'm jumping to the thread. And they said we need to use just this string. That's it. Okay. Okay, cool. So no version. We therefore need to... Why is it this weird, ugly way? I don't like at all how this is implemented. Blame. use Copper Command as a HTTP user agent. Okay, so this is an outside contribution that is really nice. Maybe it makes sense when we merged it. I'm not sure. I guess it makes sense even now, but I would much rather if also yeah, maybe we can use it as we have it. I just need to try something because I'm stupid and I don't really know how it will work out. If I do this and do something like foo1, right? Sure, name version, right? So what if I do just this? Okay, and if I do none, it doesn't work. Okay. Yeah, that's not helpful at all. Okay. Okay, we cannot do that then. I mean, it doesn't make sense to me because we configure the name and version here just to use it here. Why don't we... What is package name, by the way? It is defined here. Is it used on more? Okay. Okay. So I will do it it may be used elsewhere though. Maybe, I'm not sure. Okay, so we will do, what if we do something like this? Move this here, move this here. This will of course be self and self. And we will allow specifying user agent here. User agent is none. And we will do user not really. Not really. I want to take also this, put it here and do something about it, and we will do self user agent, right? This, I guess, makes more sense. And we will do self user agent equals why don't we just do name equals package name and package version package name. I don't know where package version is coming from though. Okay, interesting. Cool. So I mean, we don't need this at all. And we can do, right, something like this. I have some problem here. I think maybe more brackets. No, something is still wrong. Okay, it's night. I guess I'm sharper than in the mornings, but I still suck. So that is basically a commentary about how I'm a shitty developer, not about anything else. Name version, format. So I'm thinking also, maybe let's make it a little bit easier and do... What's the fucking problem here? I'm blind or what? What does it say? Was never closed. One more? Now it is what? Oh, positional. Oh, I see. I see, okay. Cool, now undefined package name, sure, because we have self package name. That's fine, self package name, self package name. Okay. So if we do now self user agent equals user agent or, right? So if anyone uses user agent when creating the request, then it's the user agent. Otherwise, it's the default user agent. We don't need this. We have this for compatibility reasons. That's fine. Let's keep it as is. I will leave my personal quirks for myself. And where is the user agent? Yeah, we have user agent equals self user agent. I think now it should work, right? If we take a look at this, this is a pulp code, sure. So we took this block, put it here, allowed optionally specify user agent, and then we use it here. I think this is much better than it was before. Now, it doesn't make sense to specify user agent like this anymore because it is a string now. Thinking about it, I guess if we git grab user agent in the, so this is tests, here we are getting the user agent, so that's irrelevant. Yeah, I think pulp, this is our current code, right? Yeah, I didn't save it, so yeah, that's it. Yeah, request or sure. Okay, so I think we won't break anything with this. Let us have a breakpoint here. Let's go to a build. We will try to run this build again and see our code internals. This is so far a really good episode, I would say. I like this today. Now we of course need to wait until the build is finished. Yep, and then we are trying to send some stuff to Pulp. So if we take a look at our request, we are before this bullshit, right? So it should be a reasonable copper / version something agent. User agent. Copper common 1.4, right? So this is correct. This is what we used to do normally. We can of course set the agent like this, right? And if we print the user agent, it is this. So I think this is our change basically. Yeah, and we should be able to specify it via the you know what I mean. So constructor parameter. So we should be able to do just this user agent equals this string from the Pulp guys, and we should be able to run this again, and now have the user agent set straight away. That would be basically our whole change. We will of course need to test this if it actually uploads the stuff locally, and we will need to take a look at the Pulp logs, HTTP logs, and see if the user agent was actually set. So we have two things to check. So now, what was I checking? Request user agent. So this is set correctly. Okay, now, was a space here or not? Here, yeah, I'm adding a space accidentally. Cool. So I don't have breakpoint anymore, right? Okay, cool. Now let's run the dispatcher normally, and let's try to submit a new build so that we can check that it actually uploads to Pulp. In the meantime, we can prepare a new branch for us. So Pulp forbidden errors, maybe errors. Okay. Let's take a look at this build. While we are waiting, we can commit this, right? So this. What I don't like about this is that a lot of the majority of changes is done in Copper Common, which is used by front-end, back-end, distgate, and so on. And therefore, there is a high chance that changing this will break something, although I don't think it will in this case. But I would really like to run tests on this, and I cannot because the staging machine is currently being used to test upgrade from Fedora 41 to Fedora 43. Therefore, it is broken currently. So we don't have that option, that luxury of running full tests. So a bit sketchy. Hopefully we'll manage. Okay, so we have a change in backend and common. Set user agent for Pulp requests to, now I don't remember the string, of course, this is the one, to this was recommended to us by the Pulp team. I'm sorry, let me check the Slack again if I have some relevant information here. They require the user, this user agent is required by prodsec for some reason. I don't know what is the reason, I don't care what is the reason. By setting this, we will prevent errors like and we will put the whole message here. I think that's just fine. Okay, I will close the Slack, do this, and now we can take a look at, okay, this succeeded. Pretty cool. Now, can we take a look at the Pulp logs? So, by the way, if we take a look at our Docker compose, this one, it defines several services, that's just fine. However, if we find the Pulp one, we actually are just running this container, or image, this image, container from this image. So, don't worry, this is public. So I don't know what's inside of that container. I don't maintain the container. I know what's inside of these Copper containers, but I don't know about the Pulp. So we will need to try our best to figure out where are the HTTP logs and so on. So something like docker exec 8 Copper Pulp 1 bash. Do we have var log light HTTP or HTTPD or what? Maybe we can Nginx. I can see Nginx access log. Okay, if we take a look at that. Yep, check this out. User agent is here. It used to be Copper Common. It is now this. So that looks reasonable to me. Cool. I think our dispatch is correct. Now we need to figure out how to repeat that request that was finished here, basically. And I don't know where to find this piece of code actually. What can we do? We have some get repository and build failed. This is weird. If I just go to Copper, let's go to Copper backend and git grep build failed. Okay, so it's background worker build. Background worker build, not the test but the code, and it is 1062. 1062. This one. Except exception is always fun. Okay then, but yeah, it could be from whatever is here. This is going to be so hard to find, I guess. We will need to do some guesswork probably, so I guess it's just the upload results to storage. Failed to create a repository version. Do we see something like this? We don't. Okay. So this was successful, or we didn't get to this at all. So is it possible that this bombed out, for example? So if we find storage, also pronounced storage, if we find storage and our create repository version, this one, So we are calling get a repository here, which would be believable because check this out. Where is the failure? Pulp get repository. This is the last line we see, and then it's the failed. So if we go to this and get a repository, yep, we see pulp get repository. So this is the call that fails and we don't repeat it. But the problem is there is so many of them. However, we are using the self-send for them, right? So self-send actually, this one, 403 forbidden. Ah, that's the problem. That's the problem, because if we open common, right, request in common, that's exactly the situation I talked about. 400 is not worth repeating because 400 means error on our side. That being the case, it was actually error on our side. We are excluding 408 and we are actually repeating for 408. So we could do actually here in 408 or 403, right? But I'm not sure we want to do that actually. Maybe this will be good enough. Okay, I think we will not try to fix this or change this. It was actually an error on our side. It needed to change. So this time let's leave it as is. Let's push this. Oops, I cannot even type my own name. Let's fire it here. Set, okay. Yep, this is correctly formatted. Let's put a pulp label to it and create a pull request. Now, we want to wait until the checks pass. And then we will need to hotfix this in production because I promised it will be working today and I intend to keep that promise. So the funny part is the CI is running a Copper build which uses a Copper project that stores data in Pulp. So if this is still broken, I'm not sure if we can actually upload to Pulp. So yeah, maybe this will fail. I don't know. Maybe let's try to run the tests locally at least. And if the tests pass locally, and if the tests pass locally, then maybe we can consider that it is okay. But yeah, we at least the linter is okay, and we are running builds for Python Copper Common and Copper Backend. Yeah. I don't know why this is so slow. By the way, I'm currently updating my laptop, so not this computer, but my secondary device. I'm upgrading it from Fedora 41 to Fedora 43 today, so hopefully it will still work. I use a lot of third-party packages and so on, so I'm curious if that will work or not. Did you have a positive experience with the upgrade to Fedora 43? I hope you did. I hope you did. My coworker upgraded even a few days before Fedora 43 released, and he said everything is just okay. So hopefully it will be for me and for you too. Then I'm planning to upgrade my workstation, this one, and also my home server, so it will be a lot of fun. The problem is I maintain a Qtile package, which is my window manager. You are always asking what do I use as my window manager. It's Qtile. I maintain the package for Fedora, and I got a message that it is completely and utterly broken in Fedora 43. So hopefully it was a user error, but maybe it is not, and we will spend our hour in life as a Fedora developer videos trying to fix Qtile. We will see. What the hell is going on here? I'm starting to be slightly annoyed. Maybe we can in the meantime check out the builds here, how it looks like in Copper. So, this is not good. Oh yes, this project is kind of broken. That's one of the issues I mentioned. We find after migrating our projects, we fixed those, but we didn't get our projects into a working state. We definitely need to do that. So now I am curious. Do we just cowboy it and hotfix it in production with the code we just written? Or do we try to do some testing? You know what? I want to do at least some testing. I should have this Frostix Copper, I think, which should not use Pulp just yet. We'll try to build the packages in there. Let me sign in. We need two-factor, so like this. What the hell? I mean, come on, we need to work. We need to work today. Mr. OIDC, let us work, please. Good. Okay, again, Frostix/Copper. This one. And we will. Okay. I'm an idiot. Actually, I can do just. The problem is we need to build common first, and we need to copper build in my project this package And if this builds successfully, then we need to build the other one, which is the backend one, which is this one, right? Okay, let's wait. By the way, we are doing the Fedora 41 to Fedora 43 upgrade on our servers. There is a lot of stuff hotfixed on those servers, and it will be annoying when upgrading. It will be annoying a lot, because hotfixing in our case means opening the files in Vim and editing it manually on the server. So the hotfix is not reproducible actually. It's yeah, I should probably stop talking about this because it's just bad. Okay. So there is no reason for the copper common to build for more than 2 minutes, so no worries there. Okay, we are starting to succeed. That's nice. By the way, is there Pulp uploads or no Pulp mentioned, so this doesn't use Pulp as a storage for the results. Why is it that on Fedora 41 it was so fast and it is so slow for the others? Okay, so let's wait for the last one, even though we don't really need to, but just to see all the green check marks. I'm starting to get a little bit sleepy, which is nice. Hopefully in half an hour I can go to sleep if I don't fuck up the hotfix and don't have to bang an energy drink and continue the whole night, right? Because no better time to touch production than in 1 a.m. in the morning. Okay, so our copper common succeeded successfully, built successfully. Now we need to wait for our copper backend. The reason why we didn't submit them at the same time is we need to build the copper backend with the latest copper common as a dependency, because they depend on each other and we changed both. So if we used old copper common when trying to build this copper backend package, it would probably fail somewhere on tests that where is it, that this constructor doesn't have the user agent, right? That's the reason why we needed to build the copper common first. And now when this creates a build root, it should install the latest copper common in it, hopefully. this will probably take a little bit longer than the Copper Common because there is a more extensive test suite, but shouldn't take too long. I don't know why it got locked here in my local environment. My guess is that it uses Redis or something like that on the back, like internally, and it is possible I ran the tests previously and killed them in a way that it was not a-okay, and the instance somehow got lagged and it tries to use the I don't know. I mean, I should probably reboot because my computer is running for too long and weird things are happening. So I should probably reboot and that would solve all my issues. But I don't want to reboot, it's annoying, and I want to reboot just for the migration to Fedora 43 and then let it running again. Okay, this looks reasonable though. We can make sure this was used. So if we open the build log and look for I mean, I need Copper Common, but Copper Common, it uses this hash. Now I don't remember the hash again. 3BFC. Yep, 3BFC. Cool. So it uses the expected Copper Common package. That's good. Okay, succeeded for 41, which we have on the servers. So I guess we are blessed by the CI gods, and we can try to hotfix this in production. So this is going to be a lot of fun, and we can't mess up or we will just break everything. So are you ready? I'm not. Let's go to SSH on backend production. That seems to be the right instance. Yep. Let's take a look. rpmql, where our Copper Common is installed. So Python 3 Copper Common. We should probably put some label, I mean QL. We should probably put some label here. Please don't do this at home. If we grab request, right, open this one. Now this is the file we have on production. What changes did we do in our commit? Actually, let me open it on GitHub instead so we can see it with our review eyes, not our coding eyes actually. So yeah, we did this whole stuff. So first we need to adjust the constructor at line 23. So here 23, yep, this is our constructor. So I will copy paste the user agent here. I could probably download the patch and then patch it, but the problem is it is installed somewhere in the user lib, and I could do that. I mean, I could do that, it would be probably better, but I'm lazy. Don't yell at me, please. So we will do it this stupid way. Then we have this block inside of that init method. So set paste, we'll paste the block. Set no paste is the, yeah, I think the opposite. Right. Let's make sure we have spaces here. So yep, I see spaces. Cool. Spaces everywhere. Nice. I never know. Okay. So we did this. We did this. Now we need to remove this garbage. I'm making fun of it, but it's not garbage. I want to be respectful to the contributor. I'm just making fun of the code that we are removing and calling it garbage. It is not garbage, I'm sorry. Let me put some music on because I cannot code without music. Okay. Right. So we changed our init method. We changed all of this. Now we need to change the user agent at line 67. This is the one. And wait, it looks differently here. It looks differently here. So there were probably some changes actually in main that we are not putting here. But that's not a problem. Oh yes, I remember. And I'm thinking, could we use this actually to our advantage, the headers? I think not. Because even if we set headers, we are overriding the user agent here. So yeah, we could drop all of that user agent shit and we could use just the headers, maybe. We will investigate it a little bit later. But for now, I want to use the self user agent like this. This should work. If I close this, by the way, let's take a quick look at the headers situation. So send can specify headers. I see. So that means yeah, that means we could basically append the user agent here and drop all that code from there, but no, I don't like that very much. Yeah, let's stick to our original plan. Okay, we did that, and now we need to rpmql copper backend actually, and we are interested in a pulp.py. We need to edit this file, and we need line 266, which is of course definitely a completely different line because there is a lot of changes in the master or main branch that are not deployed on production. So we need to find what function? We need to find the send function. So def send, and in here we are editing the save request constructor, which is here, and we are appending this line. We'll save this. We will restart backend, and we will pray everything works out just fine. So restarting this. Okay, system status. Can I do copper backend target, or this doesn't work and I need to specify all my services? I think I need to specify all my services, right? So everything is running 25 seconds ago. Okay, that looks promising. So we will go to Copper website. We will go to Copper/Pulp test. And I don't know if this one got broken too. Hopefully it was not. We'll try to submit a new build there and see what is the situation. I don't know if we can see the user agents somewhere in our code. If we open some of the failed logs, this one for example, it has a lot of the forbidden stuff. If I search for copper common /4, what was the use? Do you remember the user agent? Copper somewhere in build, I think, not this git, I meant build. For some reason we are seeing the traceback here. Oh yeah, that's from the previous debugging. In the last run there is no traceback. Fine. We need to find the user agent. It was somewhere here. It must have been copper common /4. Is it possible? Copper common / 1.4, right? So copper common. It is not in that log. We would need to see the logs from the Pulp side, but we of course cannot do that. We could have for our local development environment, but I don't have access to the production Pulp servers. So we will basically need to hope that we set it correctly, and I will text the Pulp guys and I will ask them if they are seeing now the expected user agent. We are also going to put a hotfixed label here so that everybody knows this code is in production, even though it was not properly released yet. Okay, let's wait for this one. It is possible it fails, but yeah, as I said, it failed. What's the situation here? Failed to create. Oh. This looks like the This looks to me like we set the user agent correctly. I mean, correctly as they said us it to set it. That doesn't make any sense. Correctly according to the Pulp team, and it still fails. So because we changed our code in production, we restarted the server, the services, SSH. We restarted the services. We are actually setting the user agent here, and we have our request code, user agent. I mean, I think we are setting it, it just doesn't work. Which is a very good place to end our episode at, because now I need to text the Pulp guys and need to make I need to make sure they are seeing what we are sending. If not, we are going to continue another episode. If yes, then it's a problem on their side and we will need to wait for another instructions. All right. Thank you very much for joining me in this 1 a.m. adventure. And by the way, you are responsible for breaking the production with me. And all right, see you in the next episode. Bye bye.